Hi Cayman Prep Library. It's Katie here from Reefs Go Live with the Central Caribbean Marine Institute, and today we wanted to record all of the answers to any of the questions that you divers had that we didn't get a chance to answer yesterday underwater, because as you can see, we had a lot. So let's get started. Your question was, is there a way to tell how many polyps are on a piece of coral? There is, but it would take you guys a long time. You may remember me as saying that those little bumps on the coral skeleton are called the corallite cups. And each of those cups is what's holding one of those little jellyfish-like creatures, or polyps as you asked. So I suppose if you had excellent buoyancy underwater and you got very close to that coral, you could count every single corallite cup on the coral. Other than that, there's really no way to tell. Your next question was, does the coral ever stop growing? We sort of touched on this during our broadcast yesterday, so you may want to look back at that footage, but a basic answer for that is no. As long as a coral has the perfect environment to grow in, technically it could grow forever. But there are some limiting factors to that, which we did talk about yesterday, so be sure to look back at that broadcast. Is it true that if you turn a shark upside down, it will be calm for 5 minutes? It is true that if you turn some sharks over, exposing their belly, they go into sort of a catatonic type state. This is not something that any of us would ever recommend you do, because sharks are not going to hurt us. However, you don't want to be intrusive to their environment, and mishandling them in this way is really disrespectful to that animal and to its marine environment. I have seen people do this on YouTube and in other organizations. However, I really don't want to say that any of you should try doing this. Would it stay catatonic for 5 minutes? Sort of unknown, so I really don't know how long it would stay that way. But again, I wouldn't advise any of you going out and trying that yourself. And your last question, are there any bull sharks in Cayman? And for this answer, I actually asked a shark biologist, Miss Johanna Kohler from Shark Conservation Cayman and the Department of Environment, and she said no, there has never been a recorded sighting from a viable source here in Cayman of a bull shark. That was all the questions you guys had, so thank you so much again for tuning in yesterday and being my dive buddies. I hope we'll see you again for our next Reefs Go Live, which is on April 11th. And until then, take care and we'll see you soon.